All right, we are on lesson 4.6 and we are on page 247. And this whole thing is about unit rate. And that is putting it in simplest and lowest terms, usually going down all the way to 1. Okay, I'll explain that. So, in your book on problem number 2, it says that there are 312 cards and that there are 6 decks. And we want to find the unit rate. We want to know how much is just in one deck of cards. Okay, so simplifying it down all the way to 1. To do that, divide by 6, divide by 6. If you divide the number on the bottom always by the number, it's always going to turn into 1. Such as, if I divide problem number 3 by 3, it's always going to go down to 1. Problem number 4, I reduce it by 8, it's always going to be down to 1. If I reduce, this is a different problem. Okay. So, how you do this, it's kind of like when you have an improper fraction and you shove the top number over. 312 cards divided by 6 decks. 6 cannot fit into 3. 6 can fit into 31 5 times. Subtract that, bring that down. 6 can fit into 12 2 times. There are 52 cards in one deck of cards. Okay, this is the unit rate. It is in the simplest or lowest form. Anytime you have a 1 at the bottom, it is going to be the unit rate. Okay, on problem number 3, it was a guy running this many miles and it took him this many hours. We want to know how much he can run in 1 hour. Remember how I've said that the labels are way super important. So again, pushing the top number over, 18.6 divided by 3 hours. Bring my decimal straight up. Can 3 fit into 1? No, it cannot. Can 3 fit into 18? Yes, it can. 6 times. Down to 6. Can 3 fit into 6? Yes, it can. So, for every 1 hour, he runs 6.2 miles. Okay, unit rate, it has a 1 at the bottom. Problem number 4, they get 8 pounds of almonds and it costs that much. They're asking how much does it cost just for 1 pound of almonds. Remember, you want to get in the habit of having the money at the top. Okay, so $30.16 divided by 8 pounds of almonds. Bring my decimal straight up. 8 cannot fit into 3. 8 can fit into 33 times. Eight can fit into 66 times? 7 times? Same thing. 1 pound of almonds cost $3.77. This is the unit rate. It's in its simplest form. You're bringing it down to 1. On number 5, it's a story problem, and it says that a game shop has a deal, and it says you can get 2 games for this price, or you can get 5 games for this price. And it wants to know what is the better deal. This is where unit rate comes into play so often. Okay. If you go shopping at Walmart and you see a little thing of cereal and then you see like the family pack of cereal, if you look in the very corner of the price, it will say unit rate or per ounce. And so usually the little bag, it will say like 4 cents per ounce. But if the bigger bag, it's going to say like 3 cents per ounce, because usually if you buy more, you get a better deal. Okay, so I challenge you to go look at Walmart prices in the very corner and you can see which one is a better deal. If it's a lower price per ounce, then you're good to go. So on here, we're just gonna do the same thing that we've done on all of the other problems, but we are going to compare them and see which one's the better deal. So, again, divide by 2, divide by 2. Bring my decimal straight up. Cannot fit into 1, it can fit into 11. 2 can fit into 19, 9 times, which is 18. So that is the price per game if you go with deal number 1. Okay? Going over here, hopefully you can see me and I'm not standing in front of it. Bring my decimal straight up. 5 cannot fit into 2, but 5 can fit into 24 4 times. 5 can fit into 49 9 times. Okay, which one is the better deal? Would you rather pay $5.99 for a game, or would you rather pay $4.99 for a game? I would say that this is the better deal. Okay, anything that is cheaper for the unit rate is going to be the better deal. If you want to do problems 6, 7, and 8, it will be a really good practice. Other than that, you are having to do your worksheet. On your worksheet, it says write a rate for each. That is the original one. So it says 20 pens for $1.60. So you would put $1.60 over 20 pens. Okay, and then it says 25 pens, which you would put on the bottom, for $2.25. You would put that both in line A, and then it says to write it in a unit rate. So you would simplify it like this, and your unit rate would have a 1 at the bottom. So that's on part B. You need to reduce it down to your unit rate. And then part C says which one is a better deal. Is it the first deal or the second deal? You have to do that on number 1 and number 2. And then I'm being really mean today and I'm making you do all of the back. Okay, it says circles all the rates that are equivalent. Okay, so if you reduce, 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 some of them only have like 2 answers that are equal to one another. Some of them have 3 answers that are equal to one another. Some of them have 4 answers that are equal to one another. So it's completely random, but you just have to reduce, 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 and see which ones are identical. Lastly, you have a practice to do, and it's the practice that I had you move from earlier. Remember how I made that mistake and I said, oh, I think this one actually goes with 4.6. So here's the one. It says compare to 1. Remember, and unit rate means in simplest form, and it brings it down to 1. So on this one, you need to say, Paul ran 22 miles in that many hours. What his average speed per hour? It's just dividing it, okay? Then you have 9 questions to do, okay? Be amazing. Have a great day.